All right, so what I want to let you guys, the factoring part 2 is going to be a little different today. So we got to think in terms of ax squared plus bx plus c. Now, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but every problem we did in part 1, a was equal to 1. Today, a is not going to be equal to 1. In other words, every problem we did in the last section, there's an imaginary 1 there. We don't write the 1 down, but it's there. So today we're going to employ a thing called the AC method, where I started to introduce it, but basically what we're going to do is we're going to make a T-chart, and we're going to label the B value, and then we're going to label the A times C value. So we're going to put B equals here, and then we're going to say A times C equals here. So what is A, B, and C of this one? Well, A is 1. What's B? B is the number in front of the x, which is 16. And then what is C? C is that last term, so C is equal to 64. So A times C is 1 times 64, which is just 64. And what's B? 16. So what I need to do is I need to think of two numbers that when I multiply them, they equal 64. Well, 8 times 8 equals 64. But those same two numbers have to add up to equal 16. And in this case, it's 8 plus 8. So what that means is we're going to solve this a slightly different way. I'm going to say x squared plus 8x, go sharpen it, plus 8x, right? Plus 64. And you'll say, Mr. Adams, why are you doing it? Just be quiet and listen. Pay attention. So 8x plus 8x, that comes directly from these numbers here, okay? So the reason I do that is because I'm going to take the first two terms and the last two terms and see what I can factor out. Now on this one, there's an x squared and an x squared, or I mean an x here, so I can factor out an x, and this is like the distributive property in reverse. X times the quantity x plus 8 is this thing right here, isn't it? I'm factoring out the greatest common factor. Now, on these last two terms, they don't both have x's, but I can factor out a positive 8. So what do I multiply positive 8 by to get 8x? Just x. What do I multiply 8 by to get positive 64? Positive 8. Now, if these terms are factorable, then you should get the same factors twice. In other words, when I did this, because it's factorable, I got x plus 8 and an x plus 8. Now, this is all one line. So I can factor out the x plus 8. And then my next thing that I'm going to put in here, it's just the stuff that's left over. It's going to be this and this. And in this particular case, it's x plus 8 as well. Now, what is something when we multiply it by itself, really, truthfully? Isn't this the same as x plus 8 squared? And so this would be the final answer. Okay. Does anybody have any questions on that?